Hello ladies and gentlemen, SeKo Starcraft, giving you a tip-top replay between MVP Dongraegu and MVP Keen. We're trying this new user interface here, which is really kind of strange and interesting. I'm gonna try a game of each of the different interfaces possible. I'll see which one I kinda like. This one's a little different, to be sure. But it gives me a little bit more space to look at here, and if I get rid of the names, it just seems like there's so much space available. Cool. This came out with the latest Blizzard patches to try to make things a little bit different, and a little bit more customizable for casters. So I'm going to play around and see what kind of stuff is important to be able to check out. Love the production tab up there. It's still nice to see the names of the supplies. Having this counter up here with the resources and stuff, also with the supplies, makes it a little redundant though. So because we know both of these players and because they are two amazing players, we are going to try keeping as much open interface as possible. Now, Keen has been around a long time. He's been a good player, but he's not really been the star, as you might say, for MVP. But now that he's gotten a little bit better, I've seen him put out as almost the ace player, if not the ace player that they use in their team league. He's usually the first person out as well when they go to take on any of these other teams, the GSTL. Obviously Dongraegu, no slouch, probably hasn't been as shining as bright as somebody like Life maybe, but he has been still top 3, top 5 zergs in the world. He's gonna come in, be a little bit of a jerk. We don't actually see a pull. Keen looks like he's just able to get that up. 2 hits left on that. Reaper? Yes, Reaper. We do have a SCV scout as well with the Reaper, which makes me think that maybe we'll see a bunker. You generally don't need to scout an SCV if you have a Reaper on the way, because your Reaper scout's as good as anything can. Interesting. So anyways, he's going to come up here, sees the gas, sees the pool timing. And you should be able to get out if you're just fine. Might take a shot or two from this on the way out. Nope, just going to high five as they pass each other. And there goes the Reaper. I guess you wanted to get a really early scout before the Reaper in case something funky happened, but that is clearly not the case. Second Reaper on the way. We don't see too many Reaper bunker rushes anymore. It's a little bit too easy to hold off, and it's a little bit too committing out of players. But I've seen some really good play from players like MMA, where they'll get a bunker up at the top here where there isn't a vision before this hatch really gets used, and then you cut off between both bases. Queens will be popping any second now. Doesn't lose any of his lings yet. Very important. Oh, come on, computer. I believe. The drone does pop out. See now if there's 2 Reapers, if he gets any damage in here. Super standard for both these players at this point. There really isn't too much extra to say. I'm not seeing anything that would lead me to believe there's anything non-standard coming out here. Pretty fun little micro here by Keen. Just trying to get his damage in. Keep working while he's out here. There's no reason not to. Speed is on the way. I'm seeing a good mix of players that enjoy getting the speed or not. I was watching some games recently with Hyun. Hyun's somebody that manages to be able to get out those queens and get... Ooh, nice save on that drone. Hyun will not get his speed super early, but he'll still manage to be able to get 3 bases, pump out some roaches behind his queens, and control his base just fine. Risky play. Loses 1, 2. I lost all 3 for a queen. Now, because 2 queens are already out, I'm going to say that that wasn't worth it. He lost his map control, his ability to scout for free, just to be able to get 1 queen. Almost got away, but DRG is a little bit too good for something like that. And now, he does have a handful of links here, but 3 Hellions are going to be out here in 2 seconds. And they might be able to snag themselves a couple of workers before they get out. No, good pull from both of these players. They're playing pretty smooth right now. Do have a nice early third hatchery down on this side. No layer tech yet. Still only one drone on the gas. He is getting over 50 supply. Now he's finally starting to take those gases once again. Maybe he needs to put some more into that one again now that's already made. Handful of links to defend. We haven't seen any Roach Warren go down. So it looks as though Dongraegu is comfortable using speed links as part of his defense against these Hellions. Really comes down to extremely good control. Roaches, obviously they're not going to catch up to the Hellions, but they will destroy them if they get the opportunity. Zerglings, if you get caught off guard to a big run-by of Hellions, or it's just good positioning of Hellions, you can lose a lot, and it doesn't really pay off. Queen's in position here. They should be able to push this back, no problem. Lings are out on the map. I don't know if that's quite enough to take on 5 Hellions, though. Wall up here is finished, though it is not raised. Let's see how quick. So it's not very quick. Well, that's unfortunate. Mom always said to keep your wall down. He does have a fast third base moving over here, which should be fine. I heard the Widow Mines go off and kill something. Only got 3 workers out of that. Not that big of a deal. Great creep spread though to Dongraegu. This is going to be so important. This is such a big map. There's so much open space on this that getting out that creep spread between all of your expansions is super important. The 4th base, either of these ones, very easy to siege up or Widow Mine your retreat and just drop the hell out of them. So that creep spread is super important. I actually really don't like playing on this map. I think I removed it from my options with my veto just because it almost forces players to go super late game and play these super turtle styles or to cheese. And not that I'm saying either of these players are really turtling in a sense. They're just focusing so much on macro right now that don't matter. We had an Overlord scout there from DRG. Sees everything that's going on. Strong bio play. Still only 1 factory by now, pumping out 2 Widow Mines at a time. And what do we got for our upgrades here? 1-1 and 1-1. Pretty evenly timed. Nobody's going to have a really big window to get anything done with that. Don't pay any attention to me. Pretty big pile of banelings here. Looks like DRG, his speed isn't finished yet for his baneling, so this might not be the best timings. He's trying to run around a bunch of zerglings to trigger the Widow Mines. This is a little unfortunate here. Banelings detonate, but they haven't killed a lot of workers yet. All the Widow Mines have been triggered. These workers are in a bit of trouble. Whoa! Don't know if that was a trigger on a Widow Mine or if he just accidentally attacked a Widow Mine. Pretty big supply right now for DRG as he's moving into his 4th base. Big time Ling baneling pressure. He's got to get his overseers over here though. Uh-oh. Lift it up. Bad timing. Get the wall up. Nope. Too late again. This is looking pretty bad here for Mr. Keen. Pretty big hits there. What's our total kills now? 20 workers killed? I actually thought it was going to be worse at this point. We only have the 3 command centers up. Pretty safe 4th base. Already got a queen at it. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take a 5th here soon. Has been delaying his creep spread a bit because of the pressure. 2-2, a little bit behind the Terran player. Getting those drilling claws out so he can be even faster. Overseer does get away. A little bit of a lull again. We'll see what kind of attack DRG plans for his second. He's got a Spire just about ready to finish up 12 creep tumors at a time. And he's already started his attack. Going into Mutas, that is an interesting choice. The Terran player isn't really that prepared for it necessarily, but he does have well upgraded Marines and Widow Mines in place. You need to get out enough Mutas to be able to one-shot the mines, and always move them around with an Overseer. 2 or 3 mine hits on your clump, and it's toast, and you lose that investment. So I don't... Ooh. That guy snuck all the way around the outside. I don't generally promote the use of Mutas that much against a bio-playing Terran, just because of how quickly Stim Bio is going to cut through Mutas and how costly they are. But it does allow you to really shut down those drops, control space a lot faster, and be able to snipe down Widow Mines, pick away at things once in a while. Sometimes that matters a lot. We're not going to see anything out of Keen here but turtling up for a while. I don't expect him to move this command center over to base. Is he really? It's pretty aggressive when he really only has enough army to cover his base essentially right now. Yeah, he's backing it off as soon as he saw the Mutas out there. We see a huge pile of units moving across the map. Looks like he's ready to go for another attack. Widow Mine's hitting a lot of bio right there. DRG is playing this great against this Widow Mine style, running through just enough lings so that they don't get sniped. Ooh, not the best Baneling connections though, and he has to back away with his Mutas. So again, they're just not going to be able to rumble against these well-upgraded bio units that already have 3-3 on the way. Hive Tech has just started now. I'm interested to see what upgrades he's got in his Lings. 2-2 on his Lings, so he's actually going to be in a good position if he wishes to move into Ultralisks after this, which is the late game choice option right now against Terran that go for this kind of bio style. And we've seen no Marauders really produced. Changeling right in the middle of stuff. Marauders, I'm seeing pro Terrans mix them in regardless of what composition they're going against. Even if you're going against Ling Baneling, having all of those Marauders to tank the Widowmine shots is so valuable. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't work out, but if you just get that one really good connect, that's a pretty good Widowmine connect. Lots of Banelings, let's see what they can do. Well, he does have a bunker there that doesn't seem like it's up to much good. Attempted run by in the south. More Banelings coming in. Looks like Keen doesn't want to fight this. This is kind of some... There he goes. That must have been a bad move command he had in place, because that didn't seem like what he really needed to do at that point. Wow. I want to back up for a second and see what happened to those Mutas while all this other action was happening. Yeah, those guys got hit by a couple of Widow Mines pretty good there. So he can't even come back in and finish this job. Those Mutas took way too much punishment. They'll regenerate pretty fast though. We already see them ticking away. About a minute, they're going to be back up to full health again. Trying to do a little bit of damage to the creep. It's worthwhile. This creep spread's helping out a lot, though the speedlings obviously aren't worried as much about it. Trying to do these constant run-bys. Oh, the Marine actually lived. Oh, boy. That didn't turn out super well. The problem with those medevacs is they cover up what's coming at you, so it's so hard to split against it. Dongraegu is maxed right now. It's getting up to his tier 3 upgrade, slightly behind the Terran. Keen already has his 3-3 in place. This is really funny because Keen's doing a lot to defend against these runbys. He's got the full bunker, he's got the widow mines, but it just doesn't matter that much to DRG here. He's just got to keep abusing the Terran player, putting the pressure on, because other than that one drop that got shut down up here, we haven't seen any real aggression. He could probably get those off to the side there, and actually, there we go. Pretty good shot from a widow mine there. How many kills did that guy get? Only 3. It only shot the beginning of it. Missile turrets aren't going to stand up very long. Way over saturation of SCVs down here. They could probably pick off a lot of them. Coming back in the other side, this is a PF. He doesn't have enough widow mines here to one-shot it. What he wants to do is hit the SCVs with the banelings and then surround with the lings. You've got to kill off the banelings so that they can't get a surround. Got a little unlucky there. The Marines were in position to defend. Threw away quite a bit of supply on that, but he's got a bit of a bank, so he's going to be able to remax that out on Ultralisks here in a moment, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, we got that widow mine before he was able to get down. Lost a lot of Mutalisks here. He's down to only 8. Lots of changelings just chilling out down here. Why not? A lot of contention along the south. So many of these Mutalisks got shut down that I don't think Keen really has to worry too much about them, but his bank is nothing except for his gas. Look at all the gas Keen's banking up there. More Zerglings gonna go for another attack. I'm not gonna say Keen's stabilized, but it looks like he's a little bit more confident to be able to push out. Supply not that far behind his opponent, and it still looks as though we don't have any Ultralisks coming out from Dongraegu. He's just had a lot of very cost-ineffective trades. Yeah, if we look at the units lost, it's not a pretty picture. Like I said, it's not twice as much. It's about like 60-70% more losses. Still hitting the injects. Big pile of Zerglings. I'm surprised he just hasn't gone for mass banelings, like just 50 banelings and smashed through all these command centers. That's a lot of Marines in here. Banelings trying to come through. They got a lot of good connections in there. Still a lot of Marines left. He did snipe the command center. The thing is this natural command center is more than willing to lift off here soon and move over. Yeah, there's still a fair bit of gas in one of these. But now it's more about getting that minerals in place. He still has that huge bank of gas. Another expansion. This game just doesn't want to end. It doesn't seem like there's the Ultralisks with the Infestors. That's the composition that should be able to shut this down. It should. Once you get that kind of composition out, you hit a couple of good fungals on these blobs. Like the static defense is, it just buys you time as a Zerg player. Some banelings in production here. Pretty good fungal. Marines are starting to clump up a bit here, though. Another pretty good fungal. Well, in a very sloppy way, he does bust through this. DRG maxes out, loses all of his bank. Keen is down to 130 supply. But he ain't dead yet. Not yet. Yeah, beer. It's hard for me to think what Keen really needs to do in the standpoint to get back. He sat back and just traded more cost effectively for a long time. But this is such a big map. It's not like the Zerg player is going to mine out and disappear. He can expand up here, no problem. Drop ship with 8 hit points. Let's see how good that does. He can expand down here, no problem. Just because he's got so much control. So it's not like Keen can just sit back forever. His next expansion is going to be much more difficult to take. He's finally got some Marauders in his composition. It's going to help out a lot against these Ultras. Queens are even coming in for the transfusions. Good pile of mutas in here as well. I do like the mix. The mutas are going to help out cleaning up any of the medevacs. Gotta watch the clumping. This is probably it. I think DRG finally got the answer he needed. Good transfusions on all the Ultralisks, keeping them alive as long as possible. Bit of an awkward spot. Yeah, he might as well just come up here and take on this base. Queens are getting sniped as they lag behind. This is a lot of SCVs to lose. SCV carcasses flying everywhere. Sweet. There's no fungals left for the Zerg player, so he does want to back off. Might lose a couple of Ultralisks here for free. This base is almost mined out anyways, so it's not like that matters too much. He's gonna come back. 6 more Infestors, 2 more Ultras. He has blown through a lot of his minerals though. This base looks like it got sniped up here actually by that drop. Maybe he's gonna try to ninja an expansion down here. It's pretty much going to be Custard's last stand down at this planetary here. It's all about them fungals. And them flying Marauder corpses. Great splitting from Keen. He's doing the best job he can with this. Blammo. Fungals on all the SCVs. Most of the energy is gone now for the Infestors though. It's actually chasing him down. This is weird. Just gotta keep those Infestors alive though. That's kind of the important part here. One Zergling being a dick. Well now, it just seems that there's no way Keen is going to leave this without getting formidably stomped, even though he's got to know his opponent is miles ahead. Great fungal there on the army. Ooh, got shot in the ass, but what am I? DRG doesn't really have to play that efficient right now, even though in the actual loss tab, he's lost quite a bit more. Interesting game, just bashing on a Terran for like half an hour to finally get that. Great play out of Keen and DRG. Just had that advantage the entire time, so it's really hard to beat back a Zerg that's got the whole map. Game 1 of a best of 3, I should have game 2 for you guys right away.